What's up, everybody? We have a really good card this Saturday. We got Corey Sandhagen versus Chito Vera. I think it's a great main event. It was supposed to happen a couple weeks ago in the Apex, and I'm happy that it's in Texas. It should be a great main event, and it's actually a really good card. Without further ado, we'll talk about last card. So, yeah, guys, I can't believe that Fiziev went out there and dropped the ball against Gagey. I've been on Fiziev. You guys know I'm on underdog better, but I will, bet favorites. And I think the line should be wider. And Gagey got the win. And then I also lost on Delidze, which I thought he won that fight. So 0-2. I'm 4-2 though the last six cards for betting, so I think it's pretty good. And I'm 0.6 overall for the year. So, I mean, it's not losing. It's not the negative. It's positive. So I'll take it. And can't wait to have a big card this weekend. You want to check out my bets and my history and all that shit, go on Bet MMA, Bro Picks. So, I've been in it for like 5-6 years now. Last year was my worst betting year in my career. And this year we're, 0.6, not what I want, but it's definitely, better than, being in the negative, like I just said. So I think we're going to have a big week this week, and we're going to continue to climb. So, all right, guys, let's get into it. I have 3 bets, 2 underdogs, 1 favorite, and it's probably going to be it for me. So let's dive right into it, boys. First fight of the night, we got Victor Altamirano versus Vinicius Salvador. I think this is a really good fight, honestly. Cohen versus Vidal got scrapped. It's probably the worst fight of the night, so I'm not really mad. Called out of work today. Not feeling the best, but we're here, man. I'm sorry that I didn't put up my video last week. I think that was my first skip video this year, so my bad. And shout out to the Mecca. We're getting pretty close. There's not a lot of people left, and can't wait to have a big week. And shout out to everyone that follows me and supports me. And let's get it, boys. So back on this fight, Altamirano's 11-2, 36. You got Salvador, who's 6 years younger, who's 14-4. Salvador is one of those guys who has a lot of power, and you saw in the Contender Series, he knocked out Shannon Ross, but there were some things I didn't really like. He gassed. His cardio's not the best, and Ross was definitely landing some big shots on him, and Ross is a complete jobber. I know he knocked him out, but his gas tank's not the best, and you got a guy against Altamirano who is notorious for the guy's gas tank. And initially, I thought I was going to pick Salvador here because I do like the guy. I like the fact that he has knockout power for flyweight, but I got to go with Altamirano. I think that his cardio is just going to be too much, and I think that he's very tough, very durable, and he has the advantage on the mat too. Because he has, good grappling, and I like his striking. I think he has really good volume, good right hand, and I think that he weathers the storm here, and he'll put a pace on Salvador, and Salvador is going to want no more. So give me Victor Altamirano with the win. Next fight, we got Manuel Torres versus Trey Ogden. So I think this is a good fight. I bet on Jordan Levitt against Trey Ogden and at dog money, and I got the win. I don't think Trey Ogden is really that good at all. The guy has been subbed twice by what's his name? I can't think of it right now. He's a complete jobber. He fought in the UFC. And you guys can think who I'm talking about. I can't think of it. Let me check real quick. Did I write it down in my notes? Yeah, I did. Okay, so Thomas Gifford. Yeah, that dude sucks. So you're getting subbed by him, man. It's pretty bad. Torres is 6 years younger. I think Torres is, a lot better on the feet. He's going to be the bigger guy out there. Good left hook, good striking. He's going to have the reach advantage too, I believe, by 1 inch. But 4-fight winning streak. I like the youth advantage. Like I said, striking advantage, good jab, speed advantage. He has a lot of advantage on the feet. Ogden's a better grappler. But his gas tank's not really the best either. You saw, it's kind of hard to say how Torres' gas tank is. He's been getting a lot of finishes. So Yeah, I got the upside. I got to go with Torres. I just think that he's a lot better on the feet and he's going to get Ogden out of there. It's kind of hard to trust a guy that got subbed twice against Thomas Gifford, and he also did get rocked against Jordan Levitt. So give me Torres. But I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna bet. Next fight, we got CJ Vergara versus Daniel De Silva. Yeah, I like Vergara here. I don't think anyone's going to pick De Silva. I mean, there could be a few people out there maybe because he's going to be live for like the first couple of minutes because, he has good striking for like 2 minutes and he's a brawler, but he's 0-3 in the UFC all by, losing by finish. I think Vergara's going to weather the storm. And like I kind of mentioned in the first fight, just put a pace on this guy and break him. So give me CJ Vergara, and I see him finishing Daniel De Silva. I mean, I thought about betting CJ straight, but I'm just going to pass. Next fight, we got my first bet of the night, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be very, intrigued with who I got in this fight. So we got Trevin Giles versus Preston Parsons. And one thing that I've done in the past a lot is, I go with, I'm biased. I'll go with who I like, and I definitely stopped doing that, especially for this year. I haven't done it once, and you just can't do that when you put money on bets. You got to bet who you think's going to be, who you think's the better fighter. And I dug pretty deep in this fight, and I got to go with Parsons here. I got 3 units on him. I got him at dog money. Now he's the favorite, so I'm happy I got him at dog money. I think Preston Parsons has a lot of advantages in this fight. I think that he has really good grappling. He's a BJJ black belt, and if you watch tape on him, he's the definition of a pressure fighter. He goes forward and he has good cardio and he looks for the takedown. And he definitely has a better takedowns and grappling in this fight. Giles is a brown belt. He has good jiu-jitsu, but I mean, he's been taken down a lot, man. And 73 takedown defense. But I mean, if you watch his last fight, man, against Luis Coast went for 1 takedown in the third round, and he pretty much dominated him on the on the mat in the third round. I mean, Giles didn't get up for like 4 minutes. So, I feel like Giles, I like the guy because he's in law enforcement and all that. But after getting knocked out against Driscus, going to 170, he's 1-2. I mean, Michael Morales' fight, he got stopped early in that fight, and then or he's 1-1, yeah. And then he won last fight against Coast, but I mean, I don't think he's really been looking that good at 170. If you analyze his matchups, dude, like he's very low volume. Like he is fast and he has a good jab and he has a good right hand, but he doesn't throw. And he was so hesitant for the takedown last fight, and maybe he's just so hesitant to throw too because his chin. Like I definitely think he's chinny. Parsons been knocked out twice, both in the first round, once against Mike Perry. When was that? That was a long time ago, I believe. I think that was in like 2018 or something like that. And then he got knocked out against D-Rod in 2015 against Mike Perry, and then D-Rod. But he's looking pretty good against D-Rod. He took that fight in short notice, and then he's looking good. He's pretty early, but then D-Rod put him out. And I think just D-Rod's a better fighter than Giles too. So, but like I said, it's all about the matchup. I think Parsons has more volume on the feet. I think that he looked really good against Landwehr. I know it was against a lightweight, but I just like his game. And like I mentioned, when I make bets, I don't really care what they do in the future and all that stuff. I mean, maybe there'll be a guy, I bet, down the line, but I bet fights, I analyze fights all on the matchup at hand. I think this is a good matchup for Giles. I think Parsons has a big cardio advantage. I think that I can see him breaking Giles. Giles has quit before, man, multiple times. And I think Giles, has more power on the feet. I'll give him that. But I think Parsons has more volume. I think he has the cardio advantage. I think he has the grappling advantage. And I think Parsons wants it more, and Parsons, the 3 years younger, this is his time. And Giles is, kind of hard to read him right now, man. He's, like, is he still a cop? Like, I mean, where's his head at? Especially, 1-2 in his last 3 fights. I mean, going back-to-back knockout losses. Then his last fight, he looked terrible. I mean, guys, he threw like 25 significant strikes, and this isn't like a one-time thing. If you look in his fights, the guy's notorious, man, for low volume, guys. I mean, he landed 38 strikes against Bavon Lewis. He landed 27 against Salidze. I mean, the guy's very, very low volume. So I think Preston Parsons is going to go out there and finish him, man. So I got Preston Parsons. I think he's going to go out there, land some good shots in the feet, outwork him, and take him down and either tap him out or pound him out, man. So give me Preston Parsons in the distance. And that's my first bet, 3 units at plus 100. It's kind of hard to trust the guy, who we don't really know where his head's at, man. So give me Preston Parsons. Next fight, we got Steven Peterson versus Lucas Alexander. This is a good fight. This is going to be a big fight, man, for the Mecca. And just, I mean, I feel like this fight is going to be, split all over it. And it's a close fight, guys. Honestly, initially I was thinking about, picking Alexander. And then I actually, taped this fight and, dug deep into it. And it's one that I'm not confident in. It's going to be a great fight, but I'm going to go with Ocho. I think that he just has more experience, and I know Alexander's 6 years younger, and he's definitely more technical and all that stuff. And he could possibly get Ocho out of there early, but it's really hard to get Ocho out of there. I mean, the guy's so tough, and I mean, he's a gritty vet, 3-4 in the UFC, and I definitely think he has a big cardio and grappling advantage. And I mean, Ocho, this could be a good light bet too, because he could lose first, and he's fighting at home. I mean, fighting at home could either be a good or a bad thing. I mean, Giles is fighting at home, and I bet against him. So I just think that this is going to be a dogfight, and we've seen Alexander, not too good with pressure, kind of like Trevin Giles doesn't do good with pressure, and Alexander is going to be backed up the whole fight, and I just think Ocho is just going to make it a dogfight, a war, and that's what he wants, and I don't think it's going to be good for Alexander. So give me Ocho making this a brawl, and I think he's going to win a very, very close decision. I don't know if Ocho can get him out of there. I mean, it's just kind of hard to trust a guy like Alexander. He's really green right now. So give me Steven Ocho Peterson for a very close decision. What's up, Zach? Last fight of the prelims, we got Daniel Pineda versus Tucker Lutz. So, yeah, I don't think anyone's picking Pineda. I mean, the guy's just old and hasn't fought in a long time. He's off the juice. It's kind of hard to trust him. He had a good fight with Cub Swanson, but I mean, Cub Swanson pretty much dominated in that fight. I'm going to go with Tucker Lutz. I mean, I just think he's the better fighter. I think that he has a huge cardio advantage. I think that he's going to get takedowns here. I think he's going to land good shots on the feet. I wouldn't bet this fight, but I mean, yeah, I got Tucker Lutz either finish him or get a decision. So, next fight, we got Chito and Njokuani versus Albert Duraev. This is a fight, guys, that I'm gonna I don't know if I'm gonna dread this or not dread this. I don't know if I'm gonna look at this after and be like, God damn it. But it's one of those fights where he opened plus 145, and now I've seen him like at minus 170 and stuff like that. I mean, his line's getting a lot better. Now he's minus 145. And I like Chito here a lot, man. And, I'm passing from a betting perspective. This is one of those fights where, I might have to, make a prop bet or something, or, live, or maybe bet on him live. But I'm just going to pass from this fight just because I feel like he opened plus 145, guys. Now he's minus 145, 150. I feel like I already lost the value. I wish I would have got him a dog money, man, but he got steamed, man. A lot of sharps, took him the favorite, and I like Chito. I think he wins, but it's also I'm kind of scared because he got knocked out brutally last fight against Gregory Rodriguez. But I do think RoboCop's a lot better than Duraev. One of the main reasons why I got to go with Chito here, guys, because you could just look at this fight, but a lot of us, that watch UFC and we bet and all this stuff, we take shit seriously. If you watch the fight with Joaquin Buckley versus Albert Duraev, you just look at that fight and you kind of just lick your fingers. You're like, oh my God, Chito Njokuani is way better than Joaquin Buckley, But then again, Joaquin Buckley probably has a better takedown defense and ground game than Chito. But Chito is a legit black belt still, though. His weakness is his ground game and his cardio too. Those are two big question marks, man. Gregory hurt him on the feet, and Gregory broke him, dude. And Duraev can't get takedowns here. He is the better grappler, but he's also been knocked out 4 times, and Chito's been knocked out 4 times too. But I definitely think Chito's the more durable dude. I just think Chito's the 5-inch reach. I think he's way faster. I think he's a better striker. It's just if I would have got Doug Money, I would have bet it, but it's just that it scares me right there, guys. So I'm gonna go with Chito Njokuani. I think that he's gonna go out there and land at will on Duraev, but if he doesn't get Duraev out of there, guys, he's going to gas, man, because this gas tank in his ground game is just not the best. But I got Chito here. I think he's going to finish Duraev, and I wish he was plus plenty so I can take a shot, but give me Chito. Next fight, Alex Perez, Manel Kape. So this is my second bet of the night, and this is the favorite that I bet on. I got Manel Kape. So I have 4.5 units on him, guys, at minus 190. And the way I have everything set up, I got 3 bets. So, I mean, I just need 2 of them to win. If Kape wins, which I think he will, and one of my other dogs wins with a win tonight, I mean, I think they're all going to win. That's why I made the bets. But I like Kape here a lot. I mean, minus 190, I think the best we've seen him is like minus 170, 175, but I couldn't get him on my book at that line. I think it's a great matchup. I mean, it's just really hard to trust Alex Perez right now, guys. I mean, I feel like the guy hasn't won a fight, dude, since like June 2020. I mean, he's on a 2-fight losing streak, getting subbed in both those fights. I think this is, a good matchup for Kape. I think Kape is a lot better on the feet. I think he's way faster. He's a huge speed advantage here. I think he has a big striking advantage. I think Kape has, definitely a lot of upside. And I definitely think he could be a champ. And I don't, think Perez is ever going to be there. I mean, Perez is 3-3 in his last 6 fights. He's a good grappler, but he's been pulling out so many times with injuries. It's really hard to see where his head's at. Where's his confidence at? I feel like Perez is one of those fighters where, yeah, he has good grappling and all that stuff. But I mean, if Kape goes out there, which I think is going to happen, and lands at will and picks him apart, I can see Perez shooting for a takedown and getting subbed. I mean, I get it, guys. Kape is a striker, and his ground game is his weakness. But he hit a nice Kimura sweep against David Dvorak, and I don't think his ground game is bad or anything. I mean, Dvorak took him down, didn't do anything with it. And his losses in the UFC are against 2 really good fighters in Pantoja, who smoked Perez, and Matheus Nicolau. And I thought both those fights were close. And, I mean, this is all about the matchup, guys. I mean, Kape is an animal on the feet. I mean, the guy's the pressure. His cardio is good. I feel like he has the cardio advantage as well, guys. I mean, he's been way more active. I mean, the guy is striking, like I just said. Good jab, good left hand, or good left hook, good volume. I mean, Manel Kape is a beast, dude. Good knees. So, I mean, I was just thinking Manel Kape's going to go out there and just touch him, man. And I think he's going to finish Alex Perez, guys. So give me the guy that has a big advantage on the feet, the speed advantage, the cardio advantage, the guy that's been more active. I don't trust Perez, and I don't know where his head's been, man. So give me Manel Kape. Next fight, we got Andrew KGB Lee, Macy Barber. I mean, that was a huge stunt that KGB pulled last fight against Viviane Araújo. I mean, you were out there, you hurt her so bad, man, and then you pull that stunt. Like, I just can't pick you anymore, man. Like, I don't know what's up with her, dude. Barber's the better fighter. I got Macy Barber, winning decision. After that epic, stunt, I just have no confidence picking KGB against pretty much anyone. So give me Macy Barber. Last fight, we got 3 more. Nate Landwehr, Nate the Train versus Austin Lingo. Yeah, so Nate against Caceres, I mean, Nate was dog money, man. I was definitely going to bet Nate there. This is a different fight. Nate's, a big favorite, and I'm not going to bet Nate at, favorite money. Nate's one of those fighters you bet at dog money. But at the end of the day, I do think Nate's a better fighter here. I think he's going to make it a dog fight, but I'm not betting it. Lingo's no slouch. I wouldn't say he's a jobber, but I think Nate's just going to drag him in the D waters and just, make it a brawl and either win, a back and forth war or get Lingo out of there. So give me Nate the Train. Co-main event, I don't want to spend that much time on this. We got Holm, Yana Kunitskaya. I mean, I definitely got Holm here. I don't know who's picking Yana. So give me Holm winning the decision. All right, boys, main event. We got Chito Vera, Corey Sandhagen. Yeah, I mean, I've seen the community, it's split, and 50-50, I see a lot of people on both sides. My last bet is on Chito. I got 3 units at plus 135. I mean, I love Chito. You know, I actually bet against him against Dominic Cruz, and that was a big mistake. I mean, I bet on Chito a lot, too. I bet on him versus O'Malley, Font, a lot of times. And I think this is a good matchup. I think that, like everyone, talking about this fight, or maybe some people have even, who knows, but Corey Sandhagen is going to throw out more volume. He definitely has the better volume. And I mean, I know that betting on Chito, but it's just Chito's just, going to be landing the harder shots. I mean, Chito could definitely win a decision here by winning the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. I can see Chito finishing him. I mean, a lot of people are acting like Sandhagen's the better grappler. Like, I don't see it, guys. I mean, Chito's a good grappler. He just hasn't really been using it. I mean, the last time Chito shot a takedown was against Song Yadong, and, he definitely won that 3rd round. That was a complete robbery. I thought Chito won that fight. And if you analyze his fight from a stylistical matchup, Corey Sandhagen has more volume. He has good volume. And Chito has, good striking and lands the harder shots. You got volume against landing the harder shots. And I think Chito has a really good gas tank. They both have good gas tanks. But the difference is I think Chito's going to be able to eat Corey's shots and just keep on pressuring him and landing the hard shots. I mean, Sandhagen's very durable. He's never been knocked out. But, I mean, Song Yadong landed some hard shots against him. Yuri Alcantara did. Petr Yan dropped him. And, Chito is a legit BJJ black belt. I think he has advantage on the mat, too. So if Chito goes out there, or Sandhagen goes out there and shoots and gets him down, and I can see Chito 100% like just reversing him, getting on top. But, I mean, I don't even think he's going to be able to get him down. I think Chito could actually take him down and finish him. I mean, make no mistake about it. Chito is the better grappler than Corey Sandhagen. He has that advantage. And I like his striking a lot, man. Good kicks, good jab, good right hand. He's 10-2 in his last 8. I mean, he has the most finishes in bantamweight history. So it's just hard to go against this guy right now. I like I put something down. Hold on real quick. My handwriting is complete garbage. I can't read my handwriting, but yeah, guys, I like Chito here, and I think he's going to be landing the harder shots and either possibly get a KO or a decision or a sub. And Sandhagen has to go 5 rounds and not get hurt in this fight. If Chito hurts him once, he's going to swarm blood. And I mean, I can definitely see Chito hurting Corey Sandhagen here, man. So give me a Chito Vera, weathering the first round and making this a dogfight. And if Chito makes this a dogfight, it's going to be hard for Corey Sandhagen to win this fight. So Sandhagen's 3-3 in his last 6, 1-2 in his last 3. So age-wise, they're both the same. Corey's taking a lot of damage too, but he's tough. I'll give him that. But yeah, guys, give me the guy who has advantage on the mat, who wins the harder shots on the feet, and the pace, the cardio. I mean, Chito breaks guys. So give me Chito getting the finish here. And that's my last bet of the night. So, real quick. Picks, we got Chito, we got Yana, my bad. We got Chito, we got Holm, we got Nathan Train, we got Barber, we got Kape, and we got Njokuani, Chidi. We got Lutz, Peterson, Parsons, Vergara, Torres, and Altamirano. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Comment below who you guys have. And later, guys. We'll talk soon. We have a 2-week break, so I'll definitely try to be out again. We'll talk about some fights. Later, guys. Peace.